Angel Reese was supposed to be the savior of the Chicago Sky, but right now, it looks like the locker room is actively trying to expel her from the building. If you think the drama is just about wins and losses, you are not paying attention to the digital footprints being left behind by this roster. Within the first 10 seconds of this video, you need to look at this deleted reply from 2 in the morning after the Sky lost a crucial late-season game. A veteran player on the roster liked a post saying that some people care more about double-doubles than team chemistry. This is the smoking gun of a civil war that has been brewing since draft night, and today we are revealing the real timeline of the locker room fallout and the deleted evidence that proves the Barbie era in Chicago might be ending before it even truly begins. We are going to dive into the $50 million facility lie, the real reason Teresa Weatherspoon was fired, and why the veteran core of this team feels like they are being suffocated by the Angel Reese media circus. To understand why the Chicago Sky is currently a powder keg, we have to look at the massive disconnect between what Angel Reese was promised and what the reality of this franchise actually is. When Angel was drafted, she was sold a vision of a new Chicago. They promised her a $50 million practice facility. They promised her a roster built around her strengths, and they promised her she would be the face of the city. Instead, she arrived to a team that practiced in a public gym where community members were literally walking past the court while professional athletes were trying to run sets. This wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a slap in the face to a woman who had just come from the high luxury of LSU, where she was treated like royalty. On her podcast recently, she didn't even try to hide the frustration, saying that people don't realize how much they have to deal with behind the scenes just to get a workout in. But the facility drama was only the spark. The real fire started when the veterans in that locker room realized that the media didn't care if they won or lost, as long as Angel got her stats. This is where the old guard versus the new wave narrative becomes the primary driver of the conflict. In the WNBA, there's a long-standing hierarchy based on paying your dues and earning your stripes. Angel Reese entered the league with more Instagram followers and more endorsement money than almost the entire veteran core combined. That creates an immediate target on your back. We saw this early in the season when the physicality against Angel went beyond typical rookie hazing. It wasn't just hard fouls, it was the body language from her own teammates during those moments. When Angel would get knocked down or involved in a heated exchange with an opponent, look at how often her teammates remained at the other end of the floor. In professional basketball, the quickest way to see if a locker room is divided is to watch who helps who off the floor. The receipts show a consistent delay in support for Angel compared to how the veterans look out for each other. The history of this beef actually goes much deeper than the 2023 NCAA tournament and the fallout of the LSU versus Iowa game. Angel Reese became the most polarizing figure in sports overnight. While the fans loved the villain arc, the players in the WNBA were watching with a different lens. Many of these veterans played for the very coaches and programs that Angel was taunting. There's a deep-rooted loyalty to the traditional way of playing the game, and Angel's unapologetic brand of basketball was seen by many as a distraction. When she arrived in Chicago, she wasn't just a rookie, she was a brand, and that brand required a certain amount of oxygen that the other players weren't willing to give up. Section 2 of this investigation involves the firing of Teresa Weatherspoon, which was the ultimate turning point for this roster. Teaspoon wasn't just a coach to Angel, she was a mentor and a protector. She was the one who encouraged Angel to be herself and shielded her from the internal politics of the front office. When the news broke that Weatherspoon was being let go, Angel's reaction on social media was immediate and visceral. She posted a broken heart emoji and later shared a message about loyalty that many insiders believe was aimed directly at the Sky front office. But here's the part the mainstream media missed. Several veterans on the team reportedly felt that Weatherspoon was showing favoritism toward Angel and allowing her to break team rules regarding media access and off-court appearances. The locker room fight that everyone is whispering about allegedly happened just days before the coaching change was made. Sources close to the team suggest that a heated exchange took place during a film session, where a veteran player told Angel that her double-double streak was hurting the team's offensive flow. Instead of backing her star, the organization chose to move on from the coach who was protecting her. That is premeditated. When you look at the social media activity of players like Shenedy Carter or Diamond DeShields, there are subtle subliminals everywhere. After a particularly tough loss, a TikTok comment from a fan suggested that the team needs to play through the post more, and a player liked a response that said, "The ball gets stuck in the post too much." This is forensic drama at its finest. In the WNBA, these players know exactly what they are doing when they like a post or share a cryptic IG story. They are signaling to the fans and the front office that the chemistry is broken. Treat this like a crime scene because the evidence of a forced exit is everywhere. The jealousy factor cannot be ignored. We are talking about a league where the average salary is still a fraction of what Angel Reese makes from a single Reebok or Hershey's deal. When the team travels on commercial flights and deals with the logistics of a franchise that has been called a poverty franchise by some critics, the sight of Angel Reese arriving in high-fashion outfits with a personal security detail creates a massive divide. The veterans who have been in the league for 10 years, grinding for a fraction of that attention, feel like the game they built is being stolen by someone who hasn't won a professional championship yet. This isn't just about basketball, it is about the culture of the locker room. The Sky veterans want to be a grit and grind team, but the organization wants to be the Barbie show because that is what sells tickets. Ranked at number 2 on our list of toxic points is the Team USA snub fallout. While this wasn't directly a Chicago Sky issue, it bled into the locker room because of how Angel handled it. She was vocal about her disappointment, which once again put the focus on her individual brand rather than the team's progress during the Olympic break. While her teammates were trying to reset for the second half of the season, the conversation was entirely about why Angel wasn't in Paris. This constant pivot back to Angel Reese, regardless of the topic, has exhausted the veteran leadership. They feel like they are supporting characters in a reality show they didn't sign up for. Now we get to the smoking gun. The rumors of a trade request are not just coming from thin air. In professional sports, when a player of Angel's caliber starts talking about their worth and their future in the third person, it usually means the bags are already packed. There's a specific clip from a post-game press conference where Angel was asked about her future with the Sky, and her answer was uncharacteristically short. She didn't say she loved the city or that she wanted to be there forever. She said she was focused on what she could control. In athlete speak, that's a loud cry for help. The leaked reports of a locker room confrontation aren't just about one game. They're about a fundamental disagreement on who owns the Chicago Sky. Is it the veterans who have been there through the lean years, or is it the rookie who brought the cameras with her? The physicality on the court is the final piece of evidence. If you watch the tape of the final games of the season, you see a team that has stopped communicating on defense. You see players looking the other way when Angel is double-teamed. You see a lack of celebration after her big plays. This is the death of a team spirit. The old guard has decided that if Angel is going to get all the credit, she can deal with all the pressure too. This is a classic welcome to the league moment that has lasted an entire season. They aren't just testing her, they are trying to break her. The psychology of playing time and media attention is the final nail in the coffin. In Chicago, the minutes are a zero-sum game. Every play ran for Angel is a play not ran for a veteran who is playing for her next contract. In a league where roster spots are incredibly limited, the resentment builds fast. If the organization is telling the coach to prioritize Angel's development over the veteran's production, you have a recipe for a mutiny. That is exactly what we are seeing play out. The locker room fight wasn't just about a missed rotation. It was about a group of women fighting for their professional lives against a marketing machine. As we look toward the next season, the prediction from those close to the situation is that a massive roster overhaul is coming. You cannot have this level of toxicity and expect to compete for a title. Either the veterans go, or Angel Reese finds a new home where she is actually wanted by her teammates. The Barbie core image of the Sky is a facade, covering up a very ugly reality. They promised her a kingdom, but they gave her a war zone. The deleted tweets and the hidden likes tell a story of a franchise in total disarray, and a star player who is realizing that being the face of the league comes with a price but might be too high to pay in Chicago. If you want to understand the full depth of how bad things have gotten, you have to look at the locker room confidential reports coming out of the league. There's a sense that the Chicago Sky is becoming a cautionary tale of what happens when you prioritize a single player's brand over the health of the entire ecosystem. Angel Reese is a force of nature, but even a force of nature can be neutralized by a locker room that refuses to let her in. The real truth behind the headlines is that the Chicago Sky civil war is just beginning, and the casualty list is going to be long. From the firing of Teaspoon to the impending trade rumors, the Barbie era is currently under siege from within. In conclusion, the timeline of this fallout is a perfect storm of ego, money, and a changing league. The WNBA is growing at a record pace, but that growth is painful for the people who were there before the private jets and the million-dollar deals. Angel Reese is the symbol of that change, and in the Chicago locker room, she is being treated like an enemy combatant. Watch the tunnel walks, watch the bench reactions, and most importantly, watch the social media activity in the offseason. The receipts don't lie. The Chicago Sky is a house divided, and it is only a matter of time before the walls come down. This has been a deep dive into the WNBA's ultimate reality show, and the fallout is far from over.